Good morning everybody, my name is Lilly and today I want to give you another update on the situation here in Europe. And I have to make this video very early because actually later on it would get far too hot in the car. And finally summer has arrived after a really cold winter and spring. So yeah, summer's here. I think we got like 32 degrees Celsius yesterday. And that's great. Finally it's summer and the spirits are up. So the first story that I want to read to you today is this one. Rising living costs and economic uncertainty are putting increasing pressure on many people in Germany. The survey indicates that many consumers are no longer only feeling the financial strain when making major purchases or planning vacations, but increasingly in their everyday lives. Those particularly affected who are already foregoing travel due to concerns about inflation and the global crisis, almost 58% of those respondents stated that they can afford significantly less today than a year ago. At the same time, the need to build up financial reserves is apparently growing. More than 42% said they want to set aside money as a precaution for uncertain times. According to the survey, the effects are most noticeable in ongoing expenses. Many consumers cite rising prices for energy, food, clothing and services as the biggest burdens. Around a third of those affected are now deliberately cutting back on everyday purchases, such as groceries or household products. The situation is particularly strained for people between 35 and 49-year-olds. In this age group, 2/3 say their financial leeway has shrunk significantly compared to last year. Households with lower incomes are also restricting themselves more than average. So basically you can see two groups of people. The first group is the owner group, which is owning either a house or a flat. And usually they are doing financially better, especially the ones which are just in pension. Most of the times pensioners around 60 with a house, they have either paid it off already and they are also receiving a really good pension if they've worked all of their lives. So that's the first group, which is still doing good. But then there's a second group who either is old and is living in a flat which they are renting, or they are young and they are living in a flat which they are renting. So if you have managed to have private property, you're well better off. But if you're renting, at the end of the month there's no money left anymore. Especially young people are affected. A lot of young people, they want to purchase a home, but if you only have a median income, which is not that great here in Austria, it's going to be really hard to afford a home, a house for example. Yeah, you might have a chance in purchasing a small flat, okay, so that's still possible. But if you are, a family, maybe 2 kids, a small flat is not enough. So especially for younger people, it's really hard to survive. And a lot of young people, they are still living with their parents because, yeah, it's still not possible otherwise. Here in the next section, they are citing that the government is ignoring the danger. The war in the Middle East has caused energy prices in Germany to skyrocket for several months, with gas prices in particular skyrocketing. We have a government that at the crucial moment is asleep at the wheel. Yeah, I have to say this is a very accurate description of what's going on in Germany. If you want to support my channel, the best way to do so is to buy a Odenwolf knife. Odenwolf is a really awesome company. They make high quality knives like this one here for a really good price. And this one happens to be a Scandinavian camping knife. And I really like this knife. I always have it in my car. And if you check out their website, you will find many other great knife models. And with my discount code Lilly10, you will get a 10% discount. So if you want to support my channel, make sure that you check out the affiliate link in the description below. Also, earlier this year in Berlin, there was a sabotage attack on the electric grid where parts of Berlin were without power for 5 days in wintertime. So now the question is, who is behind of all of those sabotage attacks? Is it eco-terrorists, agents from the far right, or even Russian proxies? So that's a really good question. I think who is definitely not behind of those attacks is aliens. They wouldn't be that stupid, so right now they are probably only laughing at us that we are destroying our own infrastructure. So apparently behind those attacks was the Volcano Group, and the Volcano Group also wants to shut down Tesla, the gigafactory in Germany. Apparently this group has attacked power lines supplying the Tesla gigafactory just outside the city in 2021 and 2024, which was causing Elon Musk's auto company financial losses in the high 9-figure range. Until now, not a single arrest has been made of the Volcano Group. And here they wrote a manifest what they want to do: sabotage the fossil fuel infrastructure, the power grids, the plundering of the earth, the server centers, the chip industry and its supply operations, destroy the preconditions of the automobile industry and the arms industry, airline travel, villas, yachts, spaceships and the golf courses. Destroy the police headquarters, which are the guarantors of patriarchal property relations, because the earth belongs to itself and all its creatures, and not the people, or rather the men alone, and not the richest among them. Also, there was a new article which was interesting, coming from the New York Post. Human population could collapse and be halved in just 40 years. Chilling doomsday study reveals. According to this research, raging pandemics, war, resource shortages, plunging birth rates and climate change could destabilize humanity as we know it. I can definitely agree with this observation and prediction. Here in Austria, I know many Austrians, whether it's natives or immigrants who have worked here for a long time, doesn't matter. They all are not getting a lot of children. Some are getting no children because of the bleak future. Some people say they only get one child because they cannot afford two. And then sometimes you see 2 children, but very rarely you will see 3 children. That's very rare. Okay, so definitely our population is declining. Also in Austria, a lot of people are feeling insecure about our healthcare system, which was once the best in the world. Austria had one of the best healthcare systems, medical care in the world, with the best doctors, with the best procedures, with a timely procedure. But now a lot of this is gone, and there are long waiting times for surgery. Very often you will have to wait 6 months or 12 months or 1.5 years or even 2 years to get a surgery. So what a lot of people are doing now is they are getting private insurance, and I think almost half of the population in Austria has private insurance now. So in 2025 alone, almost 100,000 new policyholders were added to private insurances. So this is how much Austrian citizens trust our healthcare system by now. Also now, if you are a childless person in Germany, you will have to pay higher taxes. So the plan is that to offset the $1 billion deficit, of course, higher care contributions are in the plan for childless people. Those insured without children will have to pay significantly more in future. The EU Commission is halving the growth expectations for Germany. Yeah, economic expectations for Germany are below the EU average. But at least now Germany is going to become a tank manufacturer, because if you suck in economy, then war is the last resort. If YouTube is the new television, then it needs new rules. And that's coming from the Minister of State of Culture in Germany. Social media and AI have long shaped public opinion just as much as traditional media. Therefore, politicians must hold them accountable. Yeah. So, I don't know, pretty soon maybe my YouTube channel will vanish because they will make some kind of law amendments. and then they will hold me accountable for whatever I've said ever on this channel. And yeah, basically free speech no more, right? So honestly, I don't know how long I will be seen still on YouTube, because they are already discussing that some channels will get hidden for viewers, and that would really suck, of course. But yeah, until now I'm still here, and if you want to get updates on the situation in Europe, please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned till next time.